Greetings. My name is Patricia Matsi. I'm staying in Pretoria. I'm worshiping at Unity Fellowship Church. I'm currently not employed. I have 3 children. My firstborn is Sikiba Masipa. My secondborn is Penyumampuru. My lastborn is Dina Gama. All 4 of us, if anything can happen to us, that we may happen to die today, from today, January the 5th, 2021. We need to be aware that we are not dying because of we were supposed to die. People who are supposed to be responsible, it's all the leaders as church, Unity Fellowship Church, including the pastor, including the family. I will tell you the reason why I'm saying this. Because the spirits that are sent through my clothes, my shoes, the things that I've purchased from the church, currently are not stopping. We have been persecuted, we have been oppressed, we are abused, especially myself. Right now, as I speak, my son is not here. It's all because of the church. He's somewhere where I cannot even know where he is. The persecution is too much to the extent where I'm now recording and I'm going to publish this. If the torment is not stopping, I have no choice but to save my life. This is what is happening. I've joined Unity Fellowship Church in 2012, August. And since that time, I thought the church is a good church, and I thought everything in the church is a thing that is truth, because of the way it was preached in the pulpit. And even myself, I thought when they preach a word, it means everything, it belongs to God. Not knowing I'm going to receive the suffering. All the people who are receiving the blessings, when they preach on the pulpit, all the things that have been preached since all these years, they become negative towards me. Now I went to the church. I was have to mention this. When I go to the church, I was not suffering. I went to the church seeking for the spirit, the true spirit of God. And I thought the church is the true spirit church, spirit-filled. I was having a car. Even though, because of I was working, and I took the car on loan from the bank. I was working as a logistics support manager at the CSIR. I was working, that time they made me to leave the job. The car, I sent it back. I was staying in the expensive townhouses. When I joined there, I was in the double-story house where I was living with my child. My kids were intelligent. All of them. But they turned to something else. They turned, like my firstborn, like the way he was intelligent. He obtained 100% in mathematics, but that turns away into a shame. My son was never, ever intelligent the way he was before. He even failed grade 10. And same thing that happened to my child, happened to the other one, the young one, the sister, Penyu Mampo. She failed grade 10. And that, it happened to be like it is at home where I'm staying, because of at home anyway, they've been abusing me since I was young until now. I've sent the testimony at church regarding my background. And then all that I've mentioned from the background was used to make sure that it happened. And then it's as if it is at home. Yes, at home they are doing their own thing. They are doing slaughtering cows, they're doing rituals. They as well took the clothes that it is our clothes. The same happened to the church. Took our clothes, turned things against us, managed to manipulate us. They tried to put some traps, which didn't even succeed. And I'm no longer going to go back, because if you can see the service of the 27th, it was the confirmation of what it was preached a week before Sunday, a week before, the 27th of December. No, I think it's the 27th of December, where I was called a fool. And then you can see it, you can look if whether I'm wrong or right. Everything that has been preached, it was preached before by the pastor, now it has been preached by the son. Whereby now, even called a fool there, but preaching in parables, calling the scientist, but I was preached to be a fool. Then my picture, in most cases, it has been appearing after the preaching, because of the preaching was appointing me. Today, I'm a lunchbox. I have to be eaten because of 30 days fasting. Everybody's waiting for me to die. Because this has been happening, not only me, but it has been happening to other people as well. There are a lot of things. I have a documentary, which when I started saying all the things, and within the documentary, I've mentioned every single thing, starting from the first church where I was until now. And then all the spirits, they like what they do, né? They create the spirits to be in your ears as if you are crazy. And while you are not crazy, program the spirit to make your mind to be confused. Within the preaching, the confusion has been mentioned. Don't be confused. Don't do what? And then my picture came so that I can be confused. The preaching as well mentioned a lot of things. I'll explain while I'm busy, because of the memory will come. Okay, let me put it this way. When I joined the church, I give away my books, my Bibles, that came from the previous church. And those books and the Bible, which came from the previous church, was used as well against me. When they're seeking help for spiritual fulfillment, I was supposed to be ordained. I didn't allow myself to be ordained by that church. It was a Nigerian church coming out from outside. This one, it is a church that actually I was putting my hope in. I went for counseling. When I went for counseling, they're busy. In fact, I wanted to see the pastor. They refused me to see the pastor, because I hope my problem, if it can reach the pastor, because of their secrets behind whatever it is that was happening to me. They refused me to see the pastor, and then telling me that they've been sent by the pastor, that I cannot be able to see him, but instead went for counseling. Counseling will be able to assist me. Within the counseling, I submitted my things. My things, like it was the Bibles, the materials, the thing that I was using when I was in the previous church, which they didn't come back, all of them, without knowing that those Bibles are the ones that are going to be used against me. When I read the Bible, I mustn't be able to focus on the word. I knew the Bible from the scratch, from Genesis to Revelation, but I end up not knowing a Bible, not having anything that I can remember, because I used to meditate the words from the Bible as well. There, it was a mess. Okay. I was told by the chief counselor that I don't belong to the church, and my child doesn't belong to the church. And those things, they were said even before they even said spiritually I should be remembered, because I'm stubborn and I didn't want to go, and I knew that God sent me to that church for a purpose, that I have to work under the pastor, but I was not even permitted to do so. Then the torment started. Went to visit the children's church, Sunday school, because there at the previous church I was working as a teacher of Sunday school. I was working as a counselor there. I worked in LifeLink. I was ushering. I was a singer. I was preaching the gospel as well. I was a leader. I was supposed to be the head of the pastor of children's church. I was supposed to be the assistant pastor, being trained to be a pastor. But I said, this is not the church that I want actually my spirit to dwell in. As we were told, I resigned there and left. I've been made to resign at work, where I used to work, knowing very well when you pay some tithe and offerings, you are obeying to God. Been made not to obey to God's word. When the money came, I had to offer my sacrifices. I had to offer the overflow, because of I knew that I'm supposed to be a pastor, being manipulated because of I have to be a pastor, hoping that when I leave there, I'm going to be a pastor of the church. And it's a lie. Went for counseling for about 2.5 years. Then at some stage, when I was worshiping there, being accused as well, that I was showing faces as if I'm going to beat the chief usher, and that it was a lie. And now, when I'm saying this document, the preaching came out that whatever it is that I'm going to say, people shouldn't believe it. Whatever it is that actually I'm going to say, people should be against it. And it's very much painful because of I'm saying this. Whoever believes this, believes it. If you don't believe, it's okay. But I know one day it will come out clear. Spiritually, I've been tormented. Then when that time, the accusation of showing the face, and an accusation to say that I didn't even attend the counseling. You know, I left the part where I went to the children's church. As if I'm crazy right now. I'm not crazy. It's because of the programming that is actually happening within me. And it's a witness tomorrow, if like I'm functioning properly, of this recording. When I went to the children's church, that night, the spirit clashes, the spirit connected with the teacher. Then next thing I've been sent, as if I'm going to take the job there. Been sent the college to come and sleep with me. This happened to the counseling side, this happened to the ushering and all the areas. In my spirit, I thought they are helping me to be taken out from the previous church to be in this one and focus in the things of the current church, only to find that it's not like that. To the point today, I'm pure. I don't even have money. I don't have cent, but I'm like actually, because I know that when you engage yourself with the things of God, obviously you have to offer. But now I don't have money, but I'm persecuted as well if I watch the services. Okay, the secret is I've been made to meet the spiritual husband who was a pastor there, sleeping with me inside church without knowing that they are reducing my powers, or the powers of God, not my powers, because of the powers anyway comes from God. Meet this pastor sleeping with me spiritually. I agreed because I thought it is the thing that will help me for my ex-husband to his spirit, because of he made himself to be my spiritual husband as well through the child who's the last born, his child. And then I agreed. And that spiritual husband was made to come to me, to have intercourse with me, so that the power from God should, and my mind as well, should be fade away. And I said to myself, I believe that maybe it's the way the thing's supposed to be. I agreed to that. We made agreed spiritually so. After the accusation, that time when I was accused that I showed the faces, I didn't attend counseling, and all sorts of things. My things were never been the same before. Like before, I went there with no spiritual husband, no technology, nothing. It was only the snake spirits that I was having, which it was operating coming from the previous church. Which I saw if they can manage to remove those snake spirits and the tokoloshi, whatever spirits that were used, it means that church is a true church. Only to find out that I'll get them as well where I went to that church. I say this because of it's not stopping, and I'm fed up, and I wanted to have peace with them, but it doesn't stop. I have to be tormented. What they want, it has to happen. The preaching came out that I have to be a lunchbox. Meaning, like the preach, it came in a good way, as if like people who are against church or whatever it is. I'll talk about it when I'm going to do a documentary where I have to take out that what it has been said, the word that came to the pulpit, showing that what is it that is happening. I'm saying this thing quickly so that it can be recorded and so that I can be saved. That there was a preaching where I'm supposed to be killed, or my child was supposed to be killed, and when I entered the church, the chief usher wanted me to kill my child, the second born. Now my child is used against me, and all the children that has to be used against me because of the what I've said from my background, whereby when I hit back, those things they have to come to me or to come to my children. It should be my children who is dying right now. Okay, let me tell you this, children of God, churches that we think or hope are the true churches are not. I'm saying this because of I feel pain and there's nothing I can do about me, about my children for now. But God is busy with me. The power of God that they are mentioning or that is at work is the one that it's busy tormenting me, tormenting my spirit. I call upon you, Lord. Right now, when I talk about God, to intervene into the situation so that people of God this message should reach them. The torment, it will never stop unless if I publish this documentary. Okay, this is what is happening again. The things that I've bought are used to torment me. The things I have, I was working there. I was taken out from the church as a worker there. Like I'm nothing at the church. And truly I was nothing. After they did what they did, tormenting me, taking away what is mine, try to turn my mind to forget what happened to me. The tokology that was sent to me, like the chief usher himself, he came as a man, my spiritual husband, telling me that he wants to sleep with me. I'm going to get positions. While knowing there's an offer that I've got and I'm supposed to get the offer, and he's manipulating my mind so that the offer shouldn't come. And it has been done even now, that I'm not supposed to have a work, I'm not supposed to do my businesses, I'm not supposed to get anything, even if it's a financial thing. I have to make a way to manipulate my mind to enter me through spirit, so that I should do what is not of God, and to be able for them to access or have the gain that I have to make sure. They should make sure that I get sick, I die, or I don't have job, or poverty spirit should be in me, and all sorts of things. I'm gonna say this thing because I'm gonna take out all the things that belongs to them, which cause confusion, which cause loss of memory, which cause all what I'm mentioning right now. And right tomorrow or the other day, make another documentary, which I'm going to mention everything step by step. This doesn't stop. I have to do it. I don't have any choice. Being made in the other things, I'm going to take a picture of everything that is in there, all of them. Take picture and see how much I spent it. Being lying to my spirit, lying to me. That when you do this, trust in God, Malachi chapter 3, you have been used. Try this and you'll see your life will never be the same. Your life will change. My life never changed. My life has to be, if it was even preached that this one, the life should be the same as the other year. And I feel the preaching came to me straight, and I saw it happening. When the preaching of blessings, whatever it is, bringing hope into my mind comes, I have that faith. I've been manipulated with that strong faith that I think I have, in order for the money should be taken out from me and be left with nothing. Being offered money from the pastor, money from the children after everything that has been done, I have to repay back the money, because of after doing that, the leaders should be after that money that the pastor has given to me, being oppressed by it, so that I should take it out. Said Laboya, it was taken out. The words of Zamaya, the words of whatever has been taken out. I have to pay back all the things that actually I was supposed to. My children, like for instance, my children the school fees has been paid, and right now I've been offered from the DJ. Then I have to use the spirit so that the DJ shouldn't offer my children pay the school fees as well, because of she now requested me to give her the bank account, and I refuse. And then now even the money that I've been promised, I'm not supposed to get it. And I'm saying this because of it's paining me. I'm trying to communicate with those that they said they put it publicly so that people should know that my child will be paid for school fees. And now they are not responding. I'm not sure if already they have paid or not. And I was reporting because of everything that I'm doing, I'm reporting. I'm making things to be worse on my side. I offered myself to be the pastor, work for the church, and I was tormented worse than what I've said. Even ask Horo, do you know what is the apostolic? Because I offered myself to be an apostolate for the pastor's church. And I know very well what I'm doing. I'm just saying it straight because God wanted me to do. Can't they? When they program this thing of a pastor or maybe training me, the training, it was not actually for mine. It was for her people to gain from me, so that those spirits should work for their side. Each and every time I have to do. And now, like when I'm saying this, because I'm supposed to be killed, I'm supposed to, like, I'm saying this thing because of they have to do it spiritually, so that to make sure now they are done with me. They're rejecting me. They're rejecting my children. They're rejecting everything that actually, as long as it can come out of me. And as well, the other, they confirm and say, we are doing this not because of we want to do it. It's because of we have been sent to do it. Please don't hate us for doing it. Like the chief counselor, the chief ushers mentioned it. The leaders of church, other leaders, they've mentioned it, that they are doing this. Let me mention the name of the chief leader. It's Takalani Sepani. Even the wife, the name is Tivo Zibani. the Sharon, I forgot the surname, the Mashulu Mbelema, the chief councillor, Wisani, I forgot the surname, it's Wisani, I'll tell you the surname, I forgot it, Manyaka or whatever. These are the names of the people. If I'm dying, my children die, or one of my children die, my mind or my memory loss or maybe become somehow, you should know they are the ones who are supposed to be responsible for that. I'm saying this painfully so quickly because I can see that the torment doesn't stop. And I know God made me to know I'm not going to die, but I'm just mentioning this thing. And if the torment doesn't stop, if I send this thing on in media, it's because of now it's coming to an end. But I'm recording this, I'm going to give it to my children so that they should know if we happen to die. And I'm going to put it in my son's thing because it's good that he's not here. Whatever it is happened to the three of us, at least he will know what is it that is happening and know what is it that happened to him as well. And I'm surely because he was used as well. And he will remember what I'm saying right now. And because he couldn't take it anymore, he just left us. I'm saying this painfully so because of its 40 days fasting. I'm supposed to be focusing God. Now I want to open the ministry. They're saying the ministry is too big for me. I cannot open the ministry. It was ministry of teaching. The pastors I was going to work with. I hope to work with her anyway, but I cannot. I was supposed to work with the school of ministry where they offer the ministry training. I'm not permitted, I'm not allowed to do that because it's too big. I was not going to train the pastors because as well I need to have a PhD about that. But I was going to get help from the sector where they are issuing this. I was going to get help, but pursuing my businesses to run in order for me to get money. But now even the ministry, I'm not allowed to do it. And now I'm a target. All the pastors were called now who belong to her church to intervene into this. I'm not sure if they are here as well to eat the lunch box or they are here to see if whether I'm doing something that is wrong. I've never done anything wrong. I'm not against anyone. I don't use Moody, which they are using, because I know the church is using Moody, and even the chief usher confirmed that. And I even saw the one who's busy on the table, the one who's busy with the finance stuff there at church, confirmed by her as well, because I even saw her using Moody as well. She's the one who's currently using the torment where people are supposed to take out money for the church. She did it to me, forgetting that she even told me, she told it, and she even told me to get out of the church, forgetting that she was the one who was saying the pastor is the one who sent her to do all sorts of things. Because of the time I was working, I was getting 180,000 from the stock market college every week. And then she tormented me with by saying the way that when I was supposed to see a client, or don't go during the conference. And I said, no, we are going to see this. I said, no, the client that you are going to see is God who made you to get that opportunity. And I said, but what can I do? And she said, no, things can turn upside down. And indeed, things whether I went where I didn't go, because she said it, things turned upside down. That work as well, that actually I was hoping to be a manager there, be having people. In fact, I have them. People, at that time, I knew I was having people who were working under me because of I was a manager. I wanted to have my own franchise there. She managed to make it possible that that franchise go away. I've been given an opportunity to get, like I've been sent to go and get the job, which it was like, to me, it was a demotion. Imagine from coming from the manager position to go and receive 10,000 with a admin clerk position. And they're saying it's a blessing from God, it's a breakthrough. While people are getting a big position out there, forgetting that I've made a testimony on top of it, that within the position that I was getting, I was earning a lot. I'm saying this thing because of I'm in a pain now, in a situation where I don't have even anything in my house, but I'm persecuted. I don't know why, because I don't have anything right now. They did what they did, and I made peace with it, and I said to myself, let me just leave it and start a new life. But still, even if it's like that, I'm tormented. I'm going to put this thing step by step. I'm saying this, I'm mentioning it quickly because of I'm afraid now. In fact, I'm not afraid. I fear God. I'm a soldier of God, but if anything can happen to my children, this has to be known as well. I know my children won't die. I know I won't die, but I have to say this thing. It's very much painful when I sleep. Those things have to be sent to my mind, playing my mind, making sure that I forget about this. I was classified as a crazy person while I was not a crazy. Trying to work for church. Being sent to see the psychologist. When I went there, they found that there's nothing about that. When I come back to church, they ask where are my pills, my medication, which I didn't even have. Now I was suffered to the point whereby I have to go to a shelter with my children. The other one day slept on the street, the boy, my son. All the things that is happening to my son was given spiritually from the chief counselor, and showing me that he's going to send to make it possible that my son smoked the drugs and all those wrong things. And it happened. I thought it's a joke while she was showing me and telling me. And it happened to my children, my child. My young daughter as well, she was intelligent. She trapped on top of the basin, the bath. She fell there, the medulla, the head, like on the side, she got injured. And then, since then, her memory was gone. She was having a memory, but she was no longer intelligent. I tried the anointing oil, and it appears as if it healed her. That wound was closed, but the memory was lost. My daughter, who was intelligent, was no more intelligent. Now my younger one, who's coming as well, is intelligent, and I'm doing this so that it can come to an end. If this young one, because of now, the message has been sent that it has to go. If anything that is happening against them, it has to go to the young one. I'm saying this, it's painful, and no one can stand something like this. No one can stand the torments of being killed. Who wants to die anyway? Each time, there is this one who said, like you are waiting for church, you love the church, you are doing whatever. Leave these things of assisting the pastor. And that person, it was a leader as well at that time. You will be chewed by the chewing gum. After she will use you, chewing you, like she's chewing the chewing gum. After she finished with you, she will throw you out. And indeed, those things happened. Even now, I know they are rejecting me. They are calling me back to watch the service so that they can make their way to the plan until the plan is done. Being guaranteed that I'm not going to win them. Yes, I'm not going to win them, but God will win them. God will be the one who's winning on my behalf. I'm saying this if it happens that I should die. At least I will die for the Lord. I'll die for my truth. All was taken away from me for other people's gain, other people to be pastors. There are people that became pastors. There are people who became leaders. There are people through the spirit that was given unto me. It's very much painful. I'm not saying hurry, because I was a Nyanga before. I was in fact calling Gobela, whatever, who's having Matwasana having their own Matwasana as well. I left that kind of thing because of I need to live a holy life. I wanted to live the godly life. Wholeheartedly, I didn't want that to happen again in my life. But I was not suffering. I was getting promotions. And I was working at that time.